been a rough month for this whole YouTube thing in general. This is going to be the new episode 18. This was originally planned to be 19. But in the course of making like 15 through 18, we ran into multiple things going wrong. So with 18, we finally said, fuck it, we're giving up. So, story time. And this is going to elongate the episode. But I need to vent. So what first happened, I made a little post, a couple people watched it, about how it was taking forever to export a video from our editor. I think it was 14 or 15, I don't remember which one. I know I say so in that video if you want to check it out. Because that was the first part a month ago. So I don't quite remember what episode number it was. But that took 2 weeks. A week and a half, 2 weeks, to export from our folder. Or our editing software. Uploaded it. Good. Last time we used the editing software. Found new editing software. That's all taken care of. We switched from Video Pro X2 to Adobe Premiere, which Thorn has been having quite a bit of fun with. Also say hi, Thorn. So that was done, dusted, we got that all taken care of. Now they're home. Of course, I'm going to start recording, people come home and start making noise. But yeah. Anyway. So we got that taken care of. And then this just broke. I don't even have it hooked up anymore. There's nothing on it. Terabyte storage hard drive, useless. So I had to re-download everything. I originally tried re-downloading everything onto, but there's also that. I gotta talk about. I'll probably be eating some point during the video, but anyway. I don't remember where I was now because I love getting interrupted when I'm trying to do things. Oh yeah, worthless hard drive. So yeah, I got this whole thing. The sad part is I just literally, for any of you who watched the Red Rescue Team few episodes we did on that, I actually went to that friend's house and used their super fast internet to update everything to the hard drive. Update everything, download all the games I wanted to download. I got literally hundreds of gigs downloaded in like 4 or 5 hours. Like, oh yeah, sweet, I finally got everything on here I want to do. I started doing other things because I want to do God of War, the new one. Something I wanted to start after we finish this, so I was going to start a playthrough of that. Well, that was downloaded to the hard drive. Now it's not on here no more. Just about every other game I have. Thankfully, I keep all my saves on my system. So I just had to download the games back to my system. Simple fix. Of course, with my slow internet, it took a few days to get back everything else I wanted first. I did re-download Dark Cloud 2 first, in order to... Oh, light flickering is bothering me so much. Half the time it never does this. Like, for the first few episodes, you probably noticed that it didn't do this. Now it's flickering like crazy and driving me nuts. I'll have to get that figured out at some point. I might just take the camera away, honestly. Yeah, I might just pull the camera and the picture off here and extend everything else back up. Because that flickering light's really getting on my nerves. It's probably bothering you guys. But anyway. So we got all that figured out. Re-downloaded everything. While I was taking care of the re-downloading everything, Thorn was editing episode 18, in which we took all the pictures, made all the inventions for chapter 2, all that sort of stuff. Which was taking her a while, because like with episode 1, what we were doing was getting every picture we ever took, putting it all in one episode. We're going to do that again for chapter 2. But over a few hours of footage, because there's definitely a lot more grinding in this one, so there's a lot more footage to comb through. What was it, Thorn? 15 hours worth? Roughly? What's the save file at? Because we hit chapter 2 around 9 hours. Around 6 hours. And we are now up to 25, almost 26. So yeah. It was quite a lengthy process. Oh no, that was my test file. The one we got to in this one was 5.5 hours, so we got through it a little bit quicker on this one. So yeah, almost 20 hours of footage to look through to just search for pictures that we took. And a lot of them, yes, I did save up till the end, and other than a couple I got at the beginning. But even still, going back 20 hours of footage and getting some from the first few episodes took a while, because I'm the one with all the video files. So that was taking a while, plus the editing down. Thorn is still new to editing as a whole. So she's not the greatest at finding, pulling it in, clipping down, shrinking, you know, all the stuff you gotta do with editing. So that was taking her a minute. And then she went to export and the file corrupted. This is the first time I had ever had a file corrupt during the exporting process. I've had recordings fail and some other stuff like that, but I'm not even sure how it happened. Because it didn't give an error log or anything, it just corrupted the file, couldn't upload it. So finally we said, screw it, I'm just going to sit down and record episode 19. Episode 18 will be out, but it'll be just what I recorded for episode 18. Thorn's working on that currently. We're not going back through all the footage again. So it's not going to be as polished an episode as Chapter 1. We were thinking about doing that anyway. We thought, you know, we said we'd do it for Chapter 2, might as well do it. And then it didn't happen. So yeah, it's going back to the way we normally were. 8 minutes into the video. All my rambling's done. I got my venting done. But yeah, it is now the 14th of August. And I had originally planned that video to go up on the 1st. So yeah. With everything going bad at once, I took a week off. Said, screw it. I'm taking a week, and then we'll get back into it. So here I am. And today, we're going to finish Chapter 2. Chapter 2's been rough. Let's get out of it. So yeah. Oh yeah, we also have a picture to take here. This episode is just going to be the boss fight and a little bit of story that goes after it, so... Yeah. Just so I can get a video to you guys, because 19 will be coming out... Actually, I don't think I did anything in episode 18, story-wise. So that might just be a bonus episode. I'll have to relook at it when Thorn edits it, and this might come out as episode 18 beforehand. Like what I did with Chapter 1, where everything came out, or we did it all the way through Chapter 1, then the bonus episode came out. That's probably what's going to happen. But yeah, anyway.
Are you gonna touch it? Ew, don't do that!
It's fine, I'm sure.
These petals are huge! Actually, they're kinda gross.
Look!
That's the rainbow butterfly!
It's coming!
Out of the blue? What'd we ever do?
Welcome to the boss of Chapter 2, Rainbow Butterfly. So what you want to do, is because you can't damage the butterfly, while it's in its full form, as it's raised like that. So what you want to do is hit the leaves of the Lafretia, or the stems, or the tentacles, or whatever this is. The butterfly's constantly launching attacks at you. And once you have them all up, the butterfly will come up and feed from this. And when they come up to feed from this, it splits off into each of the colors of the rainbow. You don't have to do this in any particular order, I don't think. I'm going to do it in order of the colors, though. Which they do line up in order. If you try shooting these from a distance, you'll never hit them. What you want to do is walk up slowly and whack it. Butterflies are sensitive to sound. If you don't sneak up on them quietly, they'll escape. So yeah, if you shoot at them, they tend to move before the bullets can hit them. So you gotta sneak up on them real nice and slow-like and whack them. And when they do fluff their wings, that is technically an attack, so be careful of that. I'd say from about the edge of the flower here is when they start hearing sound if you're walking fast, so you're just walking normally. Probably not going to get you. Oh. Whenever they do hear you, they move to probably the furthest one from you that's open at the can. That one probably would have been further, but yeah. Now there is a boss picture here of when these guys unite. Oh, he came back to this one. I'm having so much trouble with green. Alright. And I don't... I might have to save and reload here, because I'm trying to remember how the boss is defeated. Because when you take a picture, it's of all the butterflies coming back together, and that's when you gotta snap the picture of it. Ah, come on. So I might have to resave this fight and get the picture, or redo this fight and get the picture then. So yeah. I don't know why that song just popped into my head. Okay, yeah, I'll have to redo the fight for the picture. That's fine. Story stuff.
So you're the ones that stopped me. Thank you. Are you the one that they call Holly? That's right. Holly is the name I... So that means your real form is the rainbow butterfly? Why did you appear to the Furbits in human form? Well, you see, I wanted to thank them. Thank them for what? Originally, I too was a tiny butterfly. Once, when I still wasn't used to flying through the forest, I got caught. I couldn't get out of the web no matter... Just at that moment, some Furbit folks came by and released me from the web. I was free. I flapped my wings with all my might and returned to the sky. They were waving as I flew off. They had saved my life, you see. My 7 saviors. The years passed. I grew and matured as a rainbow butterfly. As a monster, too, I found myself with plenty of magic powers. I used my powers of transformation to assume human form and approach them. I had wanted to give them something as a sign of my gratitude. But while I was living among them, I realized that the time I spent with them was more precious than anything. Before I knew it, I found myself wanting to spend the rest of my life as a human.
Then why'd you disappear? The Furbits really miss you.
Oh, that. There was sort of, an accident. A great, dark force from somewhere began to affect me. I was a monster, after all. And so this force awakened the powers of my original self buried deep within. I came to realize that I could never suppress the dark stirrings in my heart. There was nothing I could do but quietly leave their company. I've been hiding out in these woods, but the dark force got the best of me, and I was just a
So that's what happened, huh?
I can't go back to my old friends anymore. Would you please give them this letter?
Okay, I'll be sure to give it to them.
Perhaps the dark force that controlled me is what you'll be fighting from here on. It's an incredibly fearsome power. You must not lose against it. Please, win back our world. Well, I should be on my way. Goodbye.
Let's try to get to Jurak.
Okay.
Okay. I have a few things about this boss fight. One, I immediately remembered how to get the picture after I killed the boss, but we'll be getting back to that. Secondly, I suppose we can get in this while I'm refighting the boss, so give me 2 shakes to reset, and I'll be right back.
What do you think these are?
Are you gonna touch it? Oh, don't do
And skip the cutscene that we've already watched. Anyway, I have a few problems with this boss fight in particular. From a story point of view, I love the fight itself. Honestly, the Rainbow Butterfly is probably my favorite boss, just from how good the Rainbow Butterfly looks, the weird mechanic behind how you kill it. Because how you kill it is you split it up and hit the butterflies in order of colors in Roy G. Biv, the rainbow order. I thought you had to do it a few times and knock down a junk for health, but you just have to hit them in order once. But what I don't like about this boss fight is that it's the only boss fight in the game that doesn't really have anything to do doesn't really have anything to do with the main enemies of the game. That's how I could probably put it. Someone's texting me on Facebook. Because the Rainbow Butterfly implies... I gotta do it a second time, don't I? No. There we go. Because it's implied that it's Griffin's beckings for dark creatures that makes her do this, and that ties in with everything else in the game. But it's the only boss fight in the entirety of the game that doesn't have something to do directly with Griffin or his minions. Spoilers, I know. But I'm pretty passionate about this. So I don't mind spoiling it a little bit here as to what happens in the game. This game's over 16-ish years old at this point. So, yeah. So yeah, I don't mind spoiling that a little bit. Every other boss fight in the game has something to do I get it or did it fly away? I got it, okay. Has something to do with... Oh, I wasn't walking slow enough. The main bad guy or his minions. This is implied that it's the main bad guy's dark powers that set it into an anger, as it were. Which is an okay excuse to fight the Rainbow Butterfly. But it is shown later on that they have a specific way for controlling good-hearted monsters. Just 2 chapters from now, actually. Have a way to control good-hearted monsters. That makes it to where the initially good-heartedness of Holly and the Rainbow Butterfly doesn't work. Because you can see that Holly, even though she is a monster, is very kind-hearted. And there's other very kind-hearted monsters in the game. And Griffin needs a very particular way to control said monsters. This is what happens in Chapter 4. So, I feel that level 5 could have writ a better way to have you fight the Rainbow Butterfly and have a bit of a better excuse for it, and have a way to actually tie in the villains more, as it were. But that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I love the fight, I love the mechanic, where you can literally one-cycle the boss if you know what you're doing. Also, we will come back and make this to more of a home later on. Spruce it up a bit. I currently don't have the funds to do that. That's why I haven't yet. You either gotta grind out the materials, which does take a while, but it's probably, or definitely more cost-effective. Or you can just get a crap ton of money and buy all the materials, which is probably what I'll end up doing.
I remember about Griffin.
You do? Tell us about him.
Griffin does not exist in our time. He shows up just a little in the memories of our distant ancestors. Seems he likes flowers.
Huh? Flowers?
That's what I remember anyway. I don't quite know the details. But Griffin was around in ancient times. He is sending some strong otherworldly powers into the present. He's controlling a lot of things.
So Griffin is controlling the monsters in this era from ancient times. Which means his world is that of the distant past.
That's right. So, Jurak, how far back in the past is Griffin?
I'm not really sure. You might want to ask Crest for the details.
Crest?
Crest the Great Sage, the greatest and wisest sage of all in my era. With the Moon Crystal, he can use vast astrological powers. He can see everything that happens in the world.
Well, let's go and see him.
Yes, good idea, but it's not that easy.
Huh?
Crest's origin point has been erased too.
That's not a problem. We have the Carpenterian, right? Let's just revive Crest's origin point as well.
Yes, exactly. Crest's origin point is the holy ground of Balance Valley. In the future, a great temple will be built there. That's where all the sages will gather.
So that's where Crest will be. Let's get going.
Hello, everyone. How are you? This is Holly. I'm sorry to have left you so suddenly. But I have reasons that prevent me from staying with all of you. You might already have an idea of what those reasons are. But for me, the time we spent together was truly wonderful.
Holly!
Farewell, everyone. Stay happy and healthy. You will always be my one and only family.
Holly, how could you? How foolish of you. Human or butterfly, it doesn't matter. Holly's just Holly to us.
You knew?
Of course I knew. I could tell she wasn't human just by her scent. But if Holly chose to approach us as a human, that was perfectly fine too. We don't care so much for outer appearances anyway. By the way, Monica,
What?
we want to go with you two on your journey. What do you think?
Really? You want to? Of course! With your help, we'll be able to put the world back to normal in no time.
And so, our adventures in the forest came to an end. Holly, the mysterious woman who got lost in the forest, wasn't you, Mother. But for some reason, I wasn't surprised. I always felt you'd be at the end of this journey. Just about then, Borneo and the others finished clearing the rock from the tracks so the
Another
train
weird
could
freeze
move on
frame.
again.
It's quite a few times I thought the game's crashed.
We set our
See what happens.
sights
Yes,
on
it is.
Balance Valley.
And with that, we can now move on to Chapter 3. But that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I'm hoping to get back into this more. And I have to wait, as people won't quit talking right outside the door, but I will be recording more tonight. So yeah. See you back in next time as we jump into Chapter 3. Hopefully we get all the bugs and glitches around Episode 18 patched out. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to make this episode 18 at this point, release that as an extra. So, hopefully everything around the bonus episode comes out just fine. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Take care.